Hey people, it's your blind buddy. I just want to come up here and talk again, talk to the people, and like I always do, and see if I can put something out there that may help somebody. You know what I mean?
I do.
Yeah, 'cause I wanted to talk about the greed factors and things that go on in this world with greed and how money and everything comes about, and the way it makes people react. And this world has to feel like money is the only reason that you survive. You know, I want to ask a question. If you had to get up every day and go do the same job that you do right now without getting paid, how long would you do it? You know?
Mm-hmm.
How much longer would you do the job that you're doing right now if you wasn't getting paid for it? But at the same time, if you wouldn't have done that job, you just wouldn't have to pay for your house, wouldn't have to pay for your car, wouldn't have to pay for any other living. You just get up and go and do what's supposed to be done every day. Would you still do it? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times, we look at the way way this world is. You got people out here doing unsavory stuff to people just in the name of earning a paycheck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is where God wins. When those, I'm gonna tell you, it's like for me, for instance, I'm gonna use myself.
Okay.
I done lost my sight. All right, so everything that I have seen, I've already seen. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now I have no sight. I don't see anything. And and on the things that I do see, I see in a different place. And it's God been showing me a different place. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just go ahead. This is where God wins. I just go ahead and tell the people. A place to where a course of life to where you don't get paid to live. God gave you life. Jesus has already paid for the life that you want. So if you're down here thinking that a life, you could be offered a life because of what you see, then that's the life you're going to live, a life of greed, because you're going to continue down a path of greed in the name of living. How can you make it to a place where if you expected to do a job and not get paid for it, it's just because it's the way life is? Could you still live there? You understand what I'm saying? So if you're all about fashion and fashionista and all that, guess what? The job you would have a job that would, where would you have time to fashionista and Rico Suave? Huh? Would you still do it? 99% of this world would be like no, because you're stuck on the idea of what money would do for you, because this is who you worship. You don't worship God, because if you worship God, you follow the course that God has set for all of us, and it don't require no money. It don't require oppression. All it requires is obedience. And the fact that man can't be obedient is the reason why man will never get to the place that he strives for all the time, every day. He goes out and busts his hump every day for $1 to say that he's taking care of his family. But look at what you do to others in the name of this dollar that you use to take care of your family. Would you do this same job for free? Huh? Would you go around and help people and not charge? Would you do it just because?
Right.
Or would you like, if I ain't getting paid, then ain't no need of doing it. That's where God wins and you lose. If you're running with the devil. If money has to keep you alive here, then how can you expect to stay alive in the presence of God? There ain't a dollar amount that you can offer that'll ever keep you alive in the presence of God. And that's for the world. I don't care what religion you follow. I don't care what path you set for yourself. It's like God, to me it's like a car being on a hill, If you tie and that hill runs down straight and it continues on in a straight line. And if you know your car is in good shape and you set the course and keep it straight, that car will run down that hill in a continuous straight line. But if you allow that car to set its own course, where would it end up? You know what I'm saying? Look at what choice has allowed. God allowed you to set your own course here. Look at where you wind up. Nobody knows where they're at. But everybody say they claim to be walking down. If we were following the course that God set for us, would none of us be here. You understand what I'm saying? We would not still be here if we were following the course of God. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. If you're worried about what's rattling in your pocket, you ain't following the course of God. I'm just go ahead and tell you. You can't follow the course of God in flesh because flesh is constantly trying to set its own course. When it rubber meet the road, that's where it's at. That's where God wins and you lose. If you ain't wanting to follow the course that God has set for all of us, then you lose. If you want to set your own course, God will allow you to set your own course. But just realize you lose. Because if God don't set the course for you to keep straight and you follow that course as it was prepared for you to go, then you lose. You can follow any path you want. You can set any course you want. That's why we on this earth and we got choice. There are many paths, but all them paths go off the straight one, off of the course of life. The things that you wouldn't do because all the different paths that you can take. Okay? That's where God wins. And you can't argue with that. You can, but it don't make it. You just walk. You're hollering from a path that ain't straight. So what difference does it matter what you say? If you're not on a straight path, are you keeping the course of God? People can ask me the same thing. Yes, I am. I'm waiting to continue to keep that course, cause that course go on forever. I'm just passing through all these crooks and crannies and curves and shapes. I'm gonna keep the line straight for God's sake and my own. Just to let you know, and all you can do is keep the path straight. And when you leave him, you left him straight. You wasn't trying to squiggle through a path and trying to make your own course and call it straight. Understand what I'm saying? If you don't, you just playing. That's all it is to you. I'm a serious buddy. I'm a blind buddy. And I call myself your buddy. But you don't have to call yourself mine. Cause I walk without sight. I can tell you something you can't see because you ain't blind. I can see what you can't. I can see where you ain't. Walking down a straight path. I could do it and you can't. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm letting you know. It's the truth. You ain't got to believe me, and if you don't, then you can go to the abyss of my ass and kiss your way out. I'm just be real honest with you. You know? I don't care, cause I'm just telling the truth. Anybody get mad at me, it's just what it is. Yeah. So, I could be your blind buddy. I ain't even got to think about you cause I don't see you no how. And with that, I'll see you later.